Okay. Hi Camille, Francis and Judianne. This is round 2 of another story, another Australian story, and it is Snugglepot and Cuddlepie. It's just the picture book. There is another thing on it, but at least here you've got a lot of pictures that you can see. Hope you can see that. Snugglepot and Cuddlepie have a house up in a tree. It's made of eucalyptus leaves, so it's rather hard to see. Mrs. Kookaburra told them, with humans stay away. They can be bad, as bad can be. Pay heed to what I say. Snugglepot and Cuddlepie were not sure if this was true. Were human beings so very bad, or was it just her point of view? So one hot night the little nuts left home with no one knowing. They went off to find a human being, but told no one they were going. Above a busy high road, quite sheltered from the sun, Snugglepot leaned out and took a lovely grassroot bun. Snugglepot and Cuddlepie, while riding down the track, saw a notice in the paper saying, "We miss you, please come back." Each gumnut baby bought a house. The homes weren't very grand, but they did their jobs and kept them warm, though they were second hand. While sleeping in their little homes, they heard the koalas fight. All the woodland creatures hid or ran away with fright. The gumnut babies held a pageant. They don't do things by half. They wanted to distract the koalas and tried to make them laugh. Snugglepot and Cuddlepie both went for a ride in a lovely jumping cab with a baby Roo inside. They took the cab down to a fair. There was food and drink and rides. They met other gumnut babies and had great fun on the slides. They went off to a food stall. They were very nicely fed, but when they called their cab they found that she'd gone home to bed. The gumnut babies saw a possum. His arm was caught in a trap. All I did was take a step, and I heard a great big snap. All the creatures of the bush came around to see if one of them was strong enough to set the possum free. None of them quite had the strength, so they just sat down and cried. They knew poor gentle possum must stay there till he died. Then a human came along, and much to their surprise, he freed and bandaged Possum's arm right before their eyes. "So that's a human," said Cuddlepot, "and a gentle one I see. I'm pleased to know they're not all bad. Dear Possum, now you're free." Mrs. Kookaburra gave a party. There were lots of snakes to eat. She hoped Snugglepot and Cuddlepie would enjoy the wondrous treat. Mrs. Snake was very cross. "They're my relatives you're eating, but you eat birds and birds you eat," said Cuddlepie, retreating. Then dear kind Mr. Lizard disappeared. He was captured by Mrs. Snake. "I can help," said Mr. Frog. "There's a back way through the lake." The frog took the gumnut babies, who were being very brave, and jumped into the water to find the bad snake's cave. Inside the damp and dismal cave, poor old Lizard lay. The nuts untied his hands and feet and helped him get away. To celebrate his great escape, Lizard had his photo taken. The caption read, "Escape from snake, leaves Lizard rather shaken." Snugglepot and Cuddlepie peeped into a hall and saw the gumnut babies having quite a ball. They saw Ragged Blossom cry as she sat upon a seat. "I'll dance with her," said Snugglepot, swaying with the beat. They tried to dance, but were so bad they were in everybody's way, but they quite enjoyed themselves until they heard another say, "What a dirty little blossom, and can you believe the gumnuts have no clothes on? I think they should leave." They overheard this rude remark. It was more than they could bear, so Snugglepot went out to find some clothes that he could wear. Standing on a lovely leaf, Ragged Blossom took a bath. and a little gumnut clapped his hands. The dewdrops made him laugh. Snugglepot and Cuddlepie met the actress Lily-Pilly. She had her hands tucked in her muff because it was quite chilly. Lily-Pilly's father owned the picture show. He gave the Gumnuts tickets right in the second row. On the way to see the show, Ragged Blossom ran, but suddenly in front of her was a wicked Banksia man. The Banksia man grabbed Ragged Blossom on Mrs. Snake's instruction. He tied her up and threw her down into a deep dark dungeon. Ragged Blossom heard a sound. She pretended she was dead. "Are you a friend of Mrs. Snake?" a frog voice said. "Oh no," said Ragged Blossom. Her voice was full of fear. "Hop in my boat," said Croaky Frog. "I'll get you out of here." The Gumnuts knew the Banksia man and the wicked Mrs. Snake had thrown poor Ragged Blossom into a cave down by the lake. So when outside the local inn Bad Snake reared her head, the Gumnuts lizard fought till she was well and truly dead. They heard Ragged Blossom call, "I'm here and I am safe and free." Lily-Pilly hugged her tight and said, "Come live with me." Of Snugglepot and Cuddlepie there is more that I could say. There are more stories I could tell, but they'll keep another day. Okay, well that's the end of that story. I hope you enjoyed that. If you're going to bed, have a good night's sleep. If not, have a good day. See ya.